Hello, class. This section is about dealing with and handling troubled employees. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit right now. There are a lot of reasons as leaders we can understand why a lot of our subordinates um, are performing poorly. And this particular chapter goes into ways to help us handle performance issues using a progressive disciplinary process. So we're also going to talk a little bit about evaluations. Now, I know a lot of this touches on HR, but isn't that what leaders do? Don't they get involved in the human resources aspect of their most valuable resource, which is employees? So the first learning objective here is going to explain the types of performance issues that occur in the workplace and what are some of the internal and external reasons for poor performance. You know, the thing is, a lot of times employees bring problems from uh, their personal life into the workplace, and we have to deal with this type of a thing. Um, and of course, you can only go so far into probing what's going on, but if it affects the work ethic, if it affects performance, if it affects that employees are not hired what you're paying them to do, then certainly you don't have to go into all of the intricate details of the problem, but at least have an awareness so you guys can get on the same page and figure out what to do about it. Um, and then we're going to look at different ways of handling employee performance issues. Um, and we're going to also talk about what do we do when layoffs are imminent and we have to downsize in our company. So that's the first learning objective here. The second one essentially is going to be based on different types of performance. And that is going to be um, how do we determine performance issues early? What do we do? Do we let things go by? Do we think that maybe, okay, employees will get their act together? Um, what happens if we are deemed to have wrongfully terminated an employee? What if um, we discipline for behavior that we're not exactly sure what's causing it, but it's certainly disrupting everybody? Um, and the important thing is to not let something get away from us. You don't keep a person around for a whole year and say, guess what? You're not meeting standards. What were you doing all the time when you're supposed to be their mentor, their coach, helping them out? What if drug issues are involved in the workplace? How do you handle that type of a thing? Um, these are, and ethical, you see a lot of ethical things that are going on. How do you deal with that? What if you see a boss doing something unethical? How do you deal with that? What are some of the things that you practice in your role as a manager with these issues that I just talked about? So, a lot of what we talked about earlier in previous chapters coming to fruition now and how we deal with it. So, that's what we're going to be talking about in this particular section.